Hi guys, welcome to another Relax and Paint. And last week I did a large flower, large petals, and I'm doing another one because so many of you liked it with also art paper. And this is 185 pounds, but it's 11 by 14. And last week we used a 9 by 12. So there's different sizes. This is instead of a canvas, and this is really nice if you want to matte and frame it. All right, so I'm thrilled to share with you that we're using multi-surface paints. I'm going to put a little bit of neon paint in, neon, and I am using you could use your double loader, or this is a foam plate. There we are with floating medium running. All right, so bright, vivid colors, just showing out with you in my foam plate. I'm using my one-stroke brushes, and I'm using large ones. And so what I wanted you to see is that we have my signature set of brushes, but we have what a lot of people start out with, which are really awesome if you want two sets, so that you have your flower color in your brush. You don't have to wash it out as you're going to your green and back to your flower color. So it saves you paint that way. But this is a 1-inch large one stroke brush. So I have a set of green brushes. There are 10 of my most used colors, but there's a few brushes that are not in that set that I use sometimes. Like it depends on the project, like a big landscape or oversized flowers like the ones behind me. So what we were doing is showing you how you could stroke and add different colors like we did with some of those flowers back there. Sound fun? All right, so please subscribe and ring the bell so when I'm doing lives, you won't miss those either. And we are going to get started. And check out my membership if you are liking one-stroke painting. So many people are telling me on YouTube, oh, I just found you, and I haven't stopped watching. So my husband and I like to binge, Mark and I like to binge on shows that we really like. So that makes me happy when somebody says that. So let's get started. All right, I've got my paint out on my palette and I've got my brushes ready. So go get yours and we will get going here. Okay, so now what we're going to do, you can see I've got a little bit. Boop, boop. Okay, now we're going to get started. And right here, I have that floating medium running a little bit. Now I'm going to look at my background on here and just share with you. We can just come in here and get some fun looks. Let's use a 3/4 though first. I've got medium, and this is a Look at Me blue. You know what? This one's very thin. Sometimes they're not quite as thick as normal, but I can come on here and just put some background color. All right, I'm going to come up a little bit more so you see more of the art board here. All right, so just a different look, okay? So I probably should have shaken this paint a little bit more because it looks very thin. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to take some medium and get Violet Pansy, and I'm just looking for a little bit more contemporary look. And if you've been with me at all, you've seen me do watercolor where I use the mop brush and it runs down. Here's some neon purple, and this is just a different look. So this is giving you some different types of strokes in the background. There's a little bit of citrus in that one. Let's go back to Look at Me blue. All right. Now I'm putting a lot of paint, so it's moving, warping up a little bit. But when it dries, it goes flat. So there we go. Okay. Now you can iron the back of this before you mat it. Okay, there's some more neon. Okay, just a little bit of bright, fun colors. Okay, let's get some purple in here now. Okay, you ready to paint your flower? Because we're going to fill in this whole side over here with more of the flower. So just kind of out of focus, fun look. Oh, I think I have to come in here. come right down here and get this filled in. Okay. All right. So I will dry this so that I don't have to worry about. All right. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to take my chalk. If you were with me last week, you kind of saw me do this. There we go. All right. So I want to decide where my flower is going to be. So the flower is going to be right out here with some extra petals with vivid, beautiful colors. All right, so the second flower is going to come right under here, which means I'm going to paint. If you saw me last week, I painted this one first, the top flower first. So I want the back, this front flower, and then put that on the top. Okay, confusing you again. I hope not. So if you just found one stroke painting, I love that I can teach you if you've never painted before, or if you have painted before, I can teach somebody who's been painting for a while some new tricks with one stroke painting. Okay. Now, so I wanted to draw out those flowers so that as I'm coming in here, I can have, this could be like a bud that's hanging out there, but then I can come in here and put some green leaves. All right, so I think you could just come in without worrying, but let me show you without worrying about drawing it. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of the medium. I have some in here too. And this is my palette. I have a double loader that I use on practice strokes a lot. So if you have not seen practice strokes, they are new every Friday. We have new ones. All right, so I'm going to come right in here. Okay, and you pull a stem. I'm going to have one come out here. Okay, see, so I dipped a little white into this. Okay, so we're going to come here. All right, so watch what happens here. Press down, lift, and curve. Or I can come out here and curve it. So now I'm going to come right in here. Get more paint. All right, so it's a little bit abstract, not as perfect as we might want to make a nice smooth stroke, but that's okay. All right, and then all in here is some darker, and I'll put the petals on top of there, okay? All right, so that's dry, so I need I like this to feel smooth as butter. So you just want some dark green back here and loose, not perfect, loose. All right, and then I'm gonna put, I could put some blue in here. This is a blue peacock. No, it's not. Just look at me blue, sorry. Just look at me blue. All right. So you saw that was all pretty easy, and now it's going to be the flowers on top. Now I could keep going because the green can be in the color, but what I am going to get is some dioxazine purple. So I have some neon pinks I put in there, and I have all kinds of purple. So the neon looks like this, bookmark, neon, multi-surface. But look at me blue. I did use some of that, but I want to put a little bit more. And for some reason, that one's really thin. Not usually that way. So now I want dioxazine purple. And it looks like almost like black. Okay. And if you didn't see last week, this is what I did last week. So that's just tulips with fire coral and some on the art paper too. So it's just a really fun, quick. You can mat them and put them in a nice presentation envelope and not frame it for shows and or given as a gift, or you can make them into greeting cards. There's all kinds of things you can do. All right, so we are going to come in here again with this 3/4 inch flat. As we're doing this now, we're going to put this one first and lay that one on top. All right, so what I want to do around these edges is I want to pick up some of this violet pansy and see, I can go into the pink and the neon. Okay, so this brush is super wet and I didn't lay it on the paper towel after I cleaned it. So there we go. All right, so I'm gonna come in here and come back. All right, so I have a few spots where I'm doing this. All right, so that we have this bright pink. We can use neon purple too, but I mostly wanted to put, we can come back and add this pink after everything's dry too. So just think about that when you're painting and you go, oh, this needs something. And go and add that pink later. Okay, here's magenta and pink. And there we go. There, see, as it starts setting up. Yeah, pretty. Get more. There we go. All right, I got a bud out here. So let's do this all pink and some purple. This is going to be a bud. Okay, so now look what happens. Now I'm just going to grab the neon. Do that, didn't get dry too much of the heat gun. So there we are. All right, so I'm going to go into the center with this blue. This is Look at Me Blue. I'm going to grab some white and Look at Me Blue. We're going to come to the other side, white and Look at Me Blue over here to the point and then back. Okay, so right here is going to be the center. And I just want you to see that I came along here. Look at these colors. I think they're pretty. So it's all the colors also that we use in the background is also in here. Okay. And then I'm gonna just put some blue across here. See, I'm just stroking it. Okay, now what happens is I'm gonna wipe all that paint off, and I do want to come in here with some of the dioxazine purple. All right, so I'm just stroking in between some petals. All right, so we're gonna come right in here with some of that deep purple. All right, so I can still come in here and put some light blue. Look at me, blue is just kind of brilliant. All right, and a little bit of that in here. Okay, so what happens in the center of this, we'll put some yellow, and now it'll give you a pretty look. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna put the pink in here. But I didn't clean my brush because I'm just bringing all these great colors back into this. There's some neon pink in here. So I wanted to have the underneath petal looking one way, and the petals on top. See, so I kind of get this all blended in too much. So let me show you. See the light blue underneath? I think what I needed to do was come right in here because that's bothering me. Let's take away that blue because this is as easy as it is to fix your painting. Is that you just pick up the paint that you color you want and you go back in. I don't think I like that pink under there. I mean, that light blue under there. So I'm gonna wipe this off and I'm gonna come back in with the neon pink and pull it back in. See, that looks better. Right in here. And then the yellow will go in the center. There we go. All right. A little bit of blue here. Doesn't that look better? Now you can see the center. Yay. All right, so now up here, same thing. I want to come right in here. Okay, so I can put some blue and purple in here. Some neon purple. With a little bit of that pink. All right, so now we're going to do the two purples, the darker two purples here. violet pansy, and dioxazine. I didn't go to the 1 inch today. I just kept with a 3/4. All right. And so what I want to do is work some blue and neon purple. Here's some, look at me blue. See, let's put some of that right there too. Yeah, there we go. There we go. See, that blue I think is important. What I need to do is hold it up so you can see. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna just put yellow. I'm gonna do some bright yellow. So see, we've got the background. Um, this one right here, that turned, I put a little bit of green. That didn't turn out as well. So we can just put a little bit of purple in there. And then I can put the green back over that. All right. Now I can get some citrus and yellow a little bit and a little bit of that in here. Yeah. All right. Now let me come in here to the middle with a 12. And there's a couple of things I can do. I can pick up white and the yellow together. And this is daffodil yellow. You could use a moon yellow. Let's see how, and so I dipped into thick white, thick yellow. And then I can make stamens out here. And they don't have to have stems, they just have to have, because this is a little contemporary. And have a little bit of the flowers coming out of there. So how does that look? A little different. All right, and I'm gonna sign it with white. So last week and this week, just a little bit, there's always people that like something that isn't as structured as our roses and some of the tulips and irises. But I want you to see, I will take a few stems. I want you to see that having something different when you're selling your wares makes it kind of nice. Okay, so let me show you something that's kind of fun too. Is I can take this with the inky white and I can hold the end of the brush way here at the end so you're not structured. There we go. See if I hold it way out here. So you like it? Let me know. I want to make sure that I'm making y'all happy too. Try our membership if you haven't. You can try it for just a month for $10 and see if it's something you like. So look, I could go right along my petals. Look at that. You can go back and screenshot it without this and see what you like best. But see, I can come in here and just add little bits. Until next time, keep painting. Bye-bye, guys.